Yo, welcome to Fast Forward Mindset Motivational Podcast. I'm your host, Coach James. This is where we rewire your thoughts, reset your mindset, and fast forward your life. No more rewinding, just discipline, motivation, and the truth you need to become unstoppable. If you're ready to elevate your mindset and take control of your future, you're in the right place. Let's go.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hope all is going well. So, y'all, if y'all did not catch last week's episode, go check it out. It was with Coach Quinn Harwood, and he is an ex-NBA player. Now, I'm not giving him extra clout or extra kudos because he's an ex-NBA player. However, I do like basketball, so that may be one reason why. But if y'all not checked the episode out, please go check it out. Everybody has a plan until they get hit in the mouth. I think the very first time I heard somebody say that was Mike Tyson. He says everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the mouth. Y'all do me a favor, go hit that follow button. When you hit the follow button, you never miss a moment to rewire the way you think. But back to what I was saying is that we could have a plan. We could be well prepared. It could be well thought out. It could be to the point to where you've even practiced it. And when you get hit in the mouth, your plan now changes. And sometimes it changes for the worse. I applied for this position way back in the day. And y'all, let me tell y'all one thing about me. Your boy will apply for any position long as that he has the credentials to match up, or long as I meet the basic qualifications, right? The preferred qualifications, you don't always got to have those, but you at least got to have the basic qualifications. So, but I would apply for positions because for myself, I always knew where I wanted to go with my career. And because I knew that, I would just apply for positions that I thought were suitable for me. So anyways, y'all, I had applied for this position. I had even got to the point to where I even wrote down examples of the interview questions. I practiced them while looking in the mirror. Now, can y'all imagine that? Here I am with these interview questions, these smart questions that I had wrote out for myself. And here I am in the mirror responding to those questions, looking at myself, checking my face expressions, checking how my eyes look, checking just the way how I would respond to those questions, because I really wanted this position. So I was like, I'm going to go above and beyond and really practice these questions. So when I had an interview, I'm 100% well prepared and I'm just going to crush it. Well, sometime when you plan things to happen, you have a plan and you get hit in the mouth. And that's what happened that day, y'all. I got hit in the mouth. So here I am, the day of the interview. I walk right in, and there's three people sitting across the table from me when I walk in. And the main guy, the hiring manager, says, "Hey, James, introduce yourself." The other two does the same. And he tells me to have a seat. And so the seat that I chose was right in the middle between him sitting across from me and then the other two people on the other ends. So it's kind of like this whole panel interview style. And I didn't expect it to be a panel interview. I was just expecting the hiring manager to interview me. I didn't expect it to be two other people, plus the interviewer. And so it really threw me off. And I was like, okay. So all those questions that I practiced, everything that I had prepared for kind of went down the drain in that moment. I got hit in the mouth. And so let me ask you a question. When you get hit in the mouth, how do you respond? Even though you got a well thought out plan, you know what you're going to do, you know what you're going to say, when you get hit in the mouth, is your actions going to be the same that you planned for? And I would say a lot of times, the majority of us, no, it's not going to be what we plant because we got hit in the mouth. And let me say this. If you're not getting used to being hit in the mouth, believe me, I've been hit in the mouth before, and it is not a good feeling. It is not a good feeling when your soft lip touch your hard tooth. It's not a good feeling. But we got to get used to that feeling, and not the feeling of being hit in the mouth. We got to get used to being uncomfortable. We got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that's really what getting in the hit in the mouth is all about. It's an uncomfortable moment. The feeling doesn't feel well, but you have to still keep going, because guess what? If you want to overcome adversity and you want that position, you want to buy that house, you want to propose to this woman, then you have to continue to go on no matter how hard the punch is. So today, I'm going to give y'all a couple things that you can do that when you get hit in the mouth, you still prepared and you keep on fighting to fight another day. So y'all ready for this? Number one, stay open-minded. Be open-minded. When you're open-minded, you have more clarity. Have you ever experienced a moment where you were fixed-minded about something? And I'm just let y'all know what fixed mind, someone with a fixed mindset is. Someone who doesn't really like change, someone who only sees the way they see things without trying to understand someone else's point. Or a big thing, a big word for me when you think of being fixed minded is that you don't really understand how to have an emotional connection with people. So your emotional intelligence is not to the point to where you understand or try to understand someone's emotions. That's what a fixed mindset is. But a open mindset, you're able to do that. You're able to understand someone else's feelings. You're able to understand their emotions, and you're able to make a connection to whatever they're trying to express to you. So in order for you to be prepared to get hit in the mouth and still be able to fight, you have to keep an open mind. Because when you're open-minded, it renders clarity. You can think, you can react, and hopefully your reaction is more proactive than reactive, right? And so keep an open mind. I know for myself, y'all, I really questioned couple years ago, what does having an open mind mean? So I brought this book, and this book really gave you a breakdown of what having an open mind is and what having a fixed mind is. And y'all, unfortunately, I don't remember the name of the book because I read so many books these days. I get them all conflated, and I don't want to give you the name of a book and you be like, "Hey, Coach James, that was not the right book. I don't know what you told me to read." I'm just kidding. Any book title I'll give y'all will be a good read for you, especially for the mindset, because I read a lot of books about the mindset. But number one, stay open minded. Number two, stay prepared. Live prepared, act prepared, live prepared. I'm going to tell y'all what my sister always has a saying. She always say that if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And that just means you being prepared for anything. We live in a world today, y'all, where anything can possibly happen, and you have to be prepared for that. I play basketball with this guy on Sundays. Older guy, I think a couple years older than me. And every single Sunday I see him, he just has to show me a new what they call it, a self-defense move that he got taught in his self-defense class. And he was showing another dude the one of the moves as well. And I was like, "Oh, is he in you with that self-defense stuff?" And the dude kind of like chuckles, like, "I love it. I like it. I like it though." So I thought that was funny. But no, I like his self-defense moves, right? And the reason why self-defense is so big for him is that he wants to be prepared for the day when someone attacks him. He's prepared to handle the attack. He's prepared to overcome the attack and maybe even take the attacker down. That's why he's so big on self-defense. But you don't learn self-defense unless you stay prepared and be prepared and live prepared. So being prepared is very important. What I would say about being prepared and how to stay prepared is stay educated, right? Read books, listen to educational podcasts. I know it was my nephew. He comes with the craziest YouTube videos. Like, he'll ask you an off the wall question and you be like, what the heck are you talking about? And he's like, well, I watched this YouTube video and it said this. And y'all, he has so many different YouTube videos he tell me about. I don't even remember what it was about, but he told me about hundreds of them. But the reason what I admire more about him doing that is that he stays educated by looking at those educational YouTube videos. And so for us, in order for us to be prepared, we've got to read books. We've got to listen to educational podcasts. We've got to watch YouTube. We've got to do these things to keep our mind prepared. One thing I'm big on, y'all, is reading books. And I just shared that with y'all earlier, but reading books to me has really evolved my intelligence. There's things that people ask me now, and I know the answer to it. And there's things that people say to me that I know how to respond because I've always stayed and been prepared. And so when these things come my way, I know how to respond because books have educated me enough to know how to respond to that question. So stay prepared, live prepared, and be prepared. Read educational books and watch YouTube educational channels. Now, I know some of y'all, your idea what an educational YouTube channel may be different from mine, but if you learning, you learning. Last but not least, be positive, y'all. Be positive about anything that comes your way that's out of your control, right? Being positive means that you are able to think clearly and you're able to be positive and see the positives out of the scenario. Back to what I said about the job interview. So I go in there, it's 3 people. I sit down, I prepare for this interview, y'all. I just told y'all I was in the mirror practicing these responses like the little kid in the movie, The Little Giants. I don't know if y'all remember that scene or ever seen that movie, but the day before the game, he's got on his game uniform, little skinny kid. He's like, I will bump you up. I will bump you up. Y'all got to see the movie if you haven't seen it. If you've seen Little Giants, you know exactly what part I'm talking about. But anyways, I was in the mirror practicing for that same very thing to make sure I interview well. But when there was 3 people in the room, it changed the atmosphere. It changed what I had prepared for. And so now, because I was positive about it, I wanted to pull out what I can get from a positive side versus the fact that, oh gosh, it's 3 people. It's a panel interview. I don't like panel interviews. I don't know these other 2 people. I looked at it as like, you know what? I'm going to be positive about it. I'll prepare for this. The question's going to be the same. I don't care who asks them. I'm going to get through this and I'm going to give the best interview I ever had. And because I stayed positive about it, I ended up having a great interview. Positivity also gives you the ability to enjoy the moment. I don't care how tough the moment is. I don't care how challenging it becomes to any of y'all, right? Positivity will have you enjoying the moment, no matter if it's a challenge, no matter if it's a time to just enjoy the time, or no matter what the scenario is. When you positive, you look for positive and you find positive solutions. And because you do that, you start and find a way to enjoy the moment. So yes, next time you have a plan, remember what the great Mike Tyson said. Everybody has a plan until they get hit in the mouth. But whatsoever, I don't think he didn't plan for Buster Douglas. Mike Tyson didn't see that one coming, y'all. I'm sorry, he didn't. I remember being a kid watching that fight, and I was so flabbergasted by the fact that my favorite boxer got knocked down. I was not ready to see that. It was one of those moments where I felt like I was in the fight and I lost. It was crazy times. But we all got to lose sometime. But when you stay prepared for the moment, you keep an open mind and you're positive about it, there's nothing that can go wrong because all it's going to turn into is a educational learning scenario. Hey, y'all, don't forget that follow button. When you hit the follow button, you'll never miss a moment to rewire the way you think. I'm not hard to find, y'all. I'm on IG all day, every day. It's James Watkins at 40 and Fit Life Coach. Go check out my website. It's www.rewirethewayouthink.com. If you're struggling today with thoughts of suicide, thoughts of hurting yourself or someone else, don't hesitate to call the Suicide Prevention Hotline at 988. Hey, y'all, I'm Coach James. Let me help you wire the way you think. And as I always say, practice daily mindset rehabilitation. And that's my 2 cents in it, y'all. Peace.
Thank y'all for listening to today's episode. And remember, don't rewind your life, fast forward it. Until next time, keep moving forward. Hey, y'all, I'm Coach James. Let me help you wire the way you think. All right, y'all. Peace.